If you're a Twitter artist like me, I bet you and your friends are drawing VTubers without even knowing what they sound like. I've seen groups of artists gather lists of VTubers to draw, trying to find patterns like what VTuber has better fan art, when they retweet, who retweets the most, who makes fan art reveals in their streams, and as you keep doing this, you start noticing the multiple aspects that make this experience negative. Hi guys, I'm Sayuui, a full-time anime artist, and I know I'm not the only one who spent a lot of time making fan art for VTubers I don't care about, only to come out unnoticed. But now I learned my lesson, and today I'm gonna share with you why I think this social media strategy is worse than you think. Now, I think you all are wasting your time, but take this with a grain of salt. I don't think my opinion should deter you from trying. If you have a clear goal in mind, this can really help you, but for most people, I think they're a waste of time, and here are the reasons why. Finding a VTuber to draw in that case is really a hassle. When you draw a VTuber for the sole reason of blowing up, the search for a creator that does this in a way that works for you is kind of a headache. If they retweet everything they get, you'll never get as much attention as you wish. If they retweet too little, you'll always second guess yourself. If their hashtag is too crowded and they're too busy, it might be impossible for them to see you. If they're having a birthday, no amount of effort will make you notice in the middle of the noise. If there are too many big artists and you're terminally small like me, there's always a problem. If you're unlucky, you have to struggle to find out their retweet patterns, which are not obvious. Actually, my opinion on this is that if you need someone else to get to things you want in life, usually you won't get them. You should never depend on anyone else to give you the visibility you want. Usually, the VTuber audience is not used to following artists. You can have the best fan art in the world and even get a retweet, but you only receive a lot of likes and 0 followers. You can judge me by the fact that some of my best performing artwork on social media is hololive work, but how many people were interested in me because of these viral pieces? How many followers did I get from these? I think I can only count in the fingers of one hand. And why does this happen? It's because these people are there to simp for their VTuber and not for you. Finding your audience is like finding pieces of a puzzle, and it's way trickier than you think. If Twitter was in the beginning, more people would be starving to find new artists to follow, and that's why it's easier to get followers in new social media. But what if you have a different goal? What if you want to be hired by these guys and make an amazing impression on other people hiring you? And here's something that shocked me and might shock you as well. The way these people hire from artist hashtags is worse than you think. I already knew that Twitter was about instant gratification, but after learning about this, I feel like closing my Twitter account and not coming back ever again. There are some things I did on Twitter I can be proud of. Some pretty cool VTubers are following me and I really love their work. They're super talented. I have one friend who got hired by some of these huge indies, and the way she made it is probably not how you want to hear it. So here it goes. When these VTubers release a new outfit, she would rush to make an illustration and post as fast as possible. The details don't matter, the act of drawing and taking your time doesn't matter either. Yeah, that's surreal to me. Listen, I know not all VTubers do that, but what the fuck, is Art McDonald's now? How being the first to post fan art can make an artist more qualified to draw something for them? I just don't get it. There was I drawing every detail and making everything matter while it was a race all along. Suddenly it's not about creation anymore, it's about instant gratification and an unsustainable culture of overconsumption. If you want to follow this strategy and be hired by a big VTuber, I'm not gonna judge you, but I just think that's sad, and I think it might be easier if you approach them through connections instead. I know most VTubers don't support AI, but it's from this kind of mindset that AI is born from in the first place. If you're a VTuber watching this and you're hiring artists based on how fast they can post to your hashtag, you're probably not watching this video, but please rethink that that's not what art is about. And that's really stressful for artists as well. I think it's clear by now that VTubers aren't just characters, they have a person behind the character who's telling their story. And just like any other person, they can mess up sometimes. To make it worse, they might mess up and not want to fix what they did because of a deviation in character. And hey, maybe I'm studying marketing and business too much. You're allowed to disagree with me, but I think from the moment there's a person on the other end, it's no longer just a drawing, it's a brand association. You might end up regretting the fact you drew a VTuber because of their attitude. Suddenly, the merch you made for them might stop selling. Maybe you just want to burn it. As for me, I'm an artist. I like to be considered for my merit in building up my skills to become a better person, not for being the fastest artist alive like King Juji or by any other methods, including shady ones. I hope you can all relate to me. And if you're trying to make an art business just like mine, you have to start thinking of your time like money and stop doing things that give you no return at all. Or maybe you want to check out my ebook, The Full-Time Artist Roadmap, to get in depth on how to turn your art commissions business into a full-time income. The link is in the description. So I've been thinking of solutions to these problems, and here are some of the ones I could find. First, you should look at their profile for posts where they look for artists. And I know these posts tend to be overcrowded, but it's the only situation where it's not disrespectful to come up to them with art. And I know these posts tend to be overcrowded, but you might get some of them following you and they save these posts for future opportunities. If you're delaying drawings you want to make for yourself to be able to draw VTubers you never watched, you should stop doing that and really reconsider drawing the things that inspire you instead. After I stopped drawing people I don't care about, something curious happened. I started checking out VTubers out of legit curiosity instead of just clout, and I concluded that I really like some VTubers, not just all of them. And I'll continue to draw the ones I really want to be associated with. If you guys like this video so far, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so I'll know I'm doing a good job. So yeah, I'm giving up my dreams of working for these guys and just going with the flow and accepting what comes my way. As long as I keep drawing and doing my best, people will continue to see my work and hire me for things. And now, even though it might be difficult, I decided to trust the process and just keep going. If you resonate with me, maybe you should do the same. It's already hard enough to feel motivated to draw in the first place. Just like you guys, since the boom of VTubers, I've been wanting to work for these guys, sending Cody emails, making connections, and nothing ever came out for me in this medium. All I ever found was that the gaps that I thought existed in this medium were already filled by artists, and I couldn't detect any patterns either. And after years of trying, I had the privilege to take a test to work for a big VTuber, and it was a really big VTuber I really like, but it was so hard, and it was kind of like I had to guess what was in their mind. Do I need to say that I didn't pass? Because these guys are way more demanding than you think? I'm curious about your experiences with VTubers hiring you, so let me know in the comments. Sure, some people end up working for these guys, making a loyal clientele and guaranteed constant work from them, but have you ever thought that even if you work for these guys, you might end up not making a difference? Sure, they might like it, but what if they don't get in touch like ever again? There are way too many sacrifices to make if you want to grow social media like Twitter nowadays. Actually, it's all about sacrifice, and if you're willing to put up with that, there are multiple ways to go about it, and I hope you guys end up finding your way. If you want to learn a strategy to keep posting the things you like and still grow on Twitter, you should watch this video next, and I hope to see you there.